Hello everyone, now let us discuss about cardiac cycle. So, a single cardiac cycle includes all the events associated with one heartbeat. Thus, a cardiac cycle consists of systole and diastole of the atria plus systole and diastole of ventricles. Coming to the various phases of cardiac cycle. They are, the first one is atrial contraction, next isovolumetric contraction, next ventricular ejection, next isovolumetric relaxation, and next ventricular filling, and again atrial contraction. This is the various phases of cardiac cycle. These are the various phases of cardiac cycle. Coming to atrial contraction or atrial systole. During the atrial systole, which lasts about 0.1 seconds, the atria are contracting and at the same time the ventricles are relaxed. So depolarization of SA node causes atrial depolarization, and this is marked by P wave in the ECG. This atrial depolarization causes atrial systole, and as the atria contract, they exert pressure on the blood within, which forces the blood through the open atrioventricular valves, AV valves, into the ventricles. As the pressure within the atria rises, it forces the blood through the AV valves into the ventricles, and the atrial systole contributes a final 25 ml of blood to the volume already in each ventricle. Already each ventricle contains 105 ml, about 105 ml of blood, and atrial systole alone contributes a final 25 ml of the blood into the ventricles. So the end of the atrial systole is also called as end of ventricular diastole. The end of atrial systole is also the end of ventricular diastole. So thus each ventricle contains about 130 ml at the end of its relaxation period or the diastole, and this blood volume is called as end diastolic volume. Coming to ventricular systole. During the ventricular systole, which lasts about 0.3 seconds, the ventricles are contracting. At the same time, the atria are relaxed in atrial diastole. So, ventricular depolarization causes ventricular systole, and as the ventricles contract, the pressure rises inside the ventricles and pushes the blood against the AV valves, forcing them to shut. As the pressure rises, it forces the blood against the atrioventricular valves and forces them to shut. And for about 0.05 seconds, both semilunar valves, SL valves, and the AV valves are closed, and this period is called as isovolumetric contraction. During this interval, the cardiac muscle fibers are contracting and exerting force, but are not yet shortening. Thus, the muscle contraction is isometric, that is, of same length. And moreover, all four valves are closed. The ventricular volume remains the same. Hence, the term isovolumetric contraction. And finally, continued contraction of ventricles causes pressure inside the chambers to rise sharply. When the left ventricular pressure surpasses the aortic pressure at about 80 mmHg, and the right ventricular pressure rises above the pressure in the pulmonary trunk, which is about 20 mmHg, both the SL valves open. Both the semilunar valves open, and at this point, ejection of the blood from the heart begins. The point when the semilunar valves open, at that point, ejection of blood from the heart begins. The period when the SL valves open is called as ventricular ejection, and it lasts about 0.25 seconds. During this period, the pressure in the left ventricle continues to rise above 120 mmHg, whereas the pressure in the right ventricle rises to about 25 to 30 mmHg. And during this ventricular ejection period, The left ventricle ejects about 70 ml of the blood into aorta, and the right ventricle also ejects about 70 ml or same volume of blood into the pulmonary trunk. So the volume of blood remaining in each ventricle at the end of systole is called as end systolic volume. The volume of blood remaining in each ventricle at the end of systole is called as end systolic volume, and it is about 60 ml. So end diastolic volume is 130 ml and the end systolic volume is 60 ml. So here we come across one more term that is stroke volume. Stroke volume is the volume ejected per beat from each ventricle. Stroke volume is the volume ejected per beat from each ventricle. And stroke volume can be calculated by end diastolic volume minus end systolic volume. Stroke volume is equals to EDV minus ESV. And at rest, the stroke volume is about 70 ml, that is 130 minus 60, which is nothing but end diastolic volume minus end systolic volume. So at rest, the stroke volume is about 70 ml and it is the volume ejected per beat from each ventricle. Coming to the relaxation period. During the relaxation period, which lasts about 0.4 seconds, the atria in the ventricles are both relaxed. And as the heart beats faster and faster, the relaxation period becomes shorter and shorter. Whereas the duration of atrial systole and the ventricular systole shorten only slightly. So heart beat, the rate of heart rate, it has a direct effect on relaxation period, but it does not affect the systoles. As the heart beats faster and faster, the relaxation period becomes shorter and shorter. And whereas the duration of atrial systole and the ventricular systole, they shorten only slightly. And the ventricular repolarization causes the ventricular diastole or relaxation. As the ventricles relax, the pressure within the chamber falls and the blood in the aorta and pulmonary trunk begins to flow backwards towards the region of low pressure in the ventricles. This backflowing blood catches the cusps of semilunar valves and closes them. Because the ventricles relax, this leads to fall in the pressure and backflowing of blood occurs. This backflowing blood catches the cusps of semilunar valves and closes them. And the aortic valve closes at a pressure of about 100 mmHg. And after the semilunar valves close, there is a brief interval when the ventricular blood volume does not change because all four valves are closed. And this period is called as isovolumetric relaxation. After the SL valves close, there is a period when the ventricular blood volume does not change because all four valves are closed, and this period is called as isovolumetric relaxation. And as the ventricles continue to relax further, the pressure falls quickly, and when ventricular pressure drops below atrial pressure, the AV valves open and the ventricular filling begins. When the ventricular pressure drops below the atrial pressure, the AV valves open and the ventricular filling begins. And the blood that has been flowing into and building up in the atria during the ventricular systole, it then rushes rapidly into the ventricles. And at the end of relaxation period, that is at the end of ventricular diastole, each ventricle contains 130 ml of blood, and this blood volume is called as end diastolic volume. So here you can see the overall pictorial representation of cardiac cycle. The various phases of cardiac cycle are atrial contraction, isovolumetric contraction, followed by ventricular ejection, next isovolumetric relaxation, then ventricular filling, and finally again atrial contraction. Cycle repeats. So here you can see the end diastolic volume, which is around 130 ml, and this is the end systolic volume, which is around 70 ml, 60 ml, and the stroke volume is the difference between end diastolic volume and end systolic volume, which is about 70 ml at rest. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe for further videos on anatomy and physiology.